promoting small businesses in Nigeria. Vice President Professor Yemi Osinbajo reaffirms the government's commitment to empower micro, small and medium enterprises and achieve sustainable growth and development.
Congo's Catholic leaders fight for democracy after President Joseph Kabila declares he wouldn't seek a third term. The church still pushes for free and fair elections. Even as they risk their lives, church activists make a stand.
Yellow fever in the Republic of Congo. A vaccination campaign seeks to control the spread of yellow fever. Since last month, more than 1 million people have been vaccinated. Africa 54 starts right now.
Hello and thanks for tuning in the show that goes around the continent to bring stories near and far. I'm Anne Nwawodo at Channels Television here in Lagos. I'm joined by Vincent Makori at Voice of America in Washington.
Well, thanks a lot. I'm Vincent Makori at our global headquarters in Washington, D.C. Happy to be with you again for another edition of Africa 54. Let's start off with a look at promoting small businesses in Nigeria. And Nwagodo in Lagos brings you that story.
That's right. The Vice President of Nigeria, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, is reaffirming the federal government's commitment to empower micro, small and medium enterprises to achieve sustainable growth and development. Speaking at the inauguration of the 19th edition of the nationwide MSME clinic in Enugu State, southeast Nigeria, Professor Osinbajo explained that the clinic will help resolve challenges faced by small businesses in the state. Channels Television's correspondent Monica Ajogo compiled this report.
The micro, small and medium enterprises sector is a crucial part of most emerging economies because of its significant contribution to the gross domestic product of a nation and job creation. The potential of the sector in Nigeria is what the federal government of Nigeria is seeking to harness through the nationwide MSME clinic. The initiative has so far been launched in 18 states. The 19th and latest edition holds in Enugu State, southeast Nigeria, as the Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, arrives for the inauguration. After being received by the state governor, Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi, they head to the Michael Okpara Square, where numerous vendors and businesses display their products, including agricultural produce and manufactured goods such as shoes and costume jewelry. The Vice President inspects the items and uses the opportunity to interact with the producers to identify their most pressing challenges. After the exhibition, he explains how the MSME clinic will address the challenges faced by entrepreneurs and improve the role of government agencies as facilitators of business.
Through the clinic, we get a chance to both work with the state government and to support small businesses. The clinic brings government close to the people by assembling in one place all the regulatory agencies whose work has an impact on the business environment and the business experience of MSMEs.
For the host governor, Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi, the state will continue to promote MSMEs in order to increase their capacity.
Enugu State is one of the few states that have fully implemented the program funding over 2,000 MSMEs and has also refunded about 400 million out of the first tranche of 500 million received from central government.
The special advisor to the governor advises as many entrepreneurs present at the event to take advantage of the platform and build strong networks. In view of the role of the MSME in economic development, the Vice President announces a 90-day window for business registration at a reduced rate of 5,000 naira as against 10,000 naira as part of the benefits of the clinic.
I'm pleased to announce that the federal government, through the Corporate Affairs Commission, has approved a special window of 90 days to register businesses at a considerably reduced rate of 5,000 naira only, down from as much as 10,000 naira previously. This will afford more MSMEs an opportunity to formalize their businesses.
With the one-stop shop the MSME clinic provides, as well as the easing of doing business across the country, the government is optimistic that entrepreneurs will feel the impact on their businesses and other Nigerians will be encouraged to join the sector and drive more growth.
Dr. Vincent Nwani, Director of Advocacy and Research at the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, joins us now for more on developing the MSME for economic growth. Welcome to the program, Mr. Nwani.
Thank you for having me.
The MSME clinic has been launched in 19 states, and that's about half of the states nationwide. But what impacts have these projects had so far?
Well, I think it's too early to begin to tell about the impact. All we're seeing right now is effort. The result is still waiting for result, and result is going to come when this type of program is sustained, beyond the electioneering campaign currently going on around Nigeria. We want this program to be completely detached from politics that is going on in the country now. So only then, maybe by this time next year, we'll be able to get that the impact.
Small businesses face common challenges like high rate of interest on loans, lack of electricity, which have, of course, had a ripple effect on the cost of production. But how much of these problems, especially about funding, can be addressed through this project?
Yeah, it's, to us, I think it's still going to be little that is going to be addressed. Over the years, the federal government, through intervention from the Bank of Industry, has been but we've not really seen a lot in terms of results, because the mortality rate of MSME in Nigeria is very high. About 85% of MSME that get to die before their 5th birthday. That's the trend we've seen, and it's also not too different from what we see in other African countries. So we don't think that the current clinic, MSME clinic of FT, of federal government across the country, will yield immediate results. The result I want to see is effort that not just give them money, but also solve other issues such as this power, logistics, and the multiplicity of fees and fines that MSMEs get to pay.
All right, but we've talked about the challenges and what it looks like government can do, but what would you suggest as a long-term approach that government and other stakeholders can actually take to harness the potential of the MSME sector right here in Nigeria?
The long-term thing is ease of doing business. And this ease of doing business is not just doing one thing. MSMEs need to get electricity that is affordable and that is certain and that is constant. MSME need to be treated with a level of dignity such that the government regulatory and monitoring agencies are not intimidating them or subjecting them to all sorts of fees and fines, most of them that are even illegal. We want a situation where MSME can easily resolve trade disputes between them and government and between one business and the other. These are doing business issues that need to be dealt with. But most importantly, even now, is that most MSMEs, especially the ones that operate in the agricultural sector, want to take their products outside the country. The ports, Nigerian ports, the road to the port and the conditions of our port make it very difficult or even near impossible. So our ports, trading across the border, which involves cleaning up our port system, something also needs to be done about that. So I think the long and short of it, for government to put more energy and more effort in cleaning up the ease of doing business in Nigeria. Today, we are number 145 out of 183 countries. I think if we keep on doing what we're doing through the presidential ease of doing business, I think we'll make progress and see progress in the next few years.
All right, so progress is what we pray for and hope happens. Thank you very much, Mr. Vincent Nwani, Director of Advocacy and Research at the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Thank you for joining us today on Africa 54.
Well, I want to know what you think about Africa 54 and the stories we cover. Join the conversation on Facebook. The address is Africa 54. And check out our headlines 24/7 on voaafrica.com. Coming up, welfare of Bakassi IDPs in Nigeria. A look at how border disputes